The Fifth Wave is the latest YA novel to get the big screen adaptation, so how does it hold up on the big screen? Let's find out on this episode of Real Reviews.
I didn't know it then, but that was the last normal day of my life.
We have reason to believe there's an imminent threat to this location.
All right, stay with your sister.
It seems the past few years, every young adult post-apocalyptic novel is getting the movie treatment, and for some like The Hunger Games and Divergent, it happens to work out, but for others like The Host, it just unfortunately falls flat. So, I have a feeling that if you're an aspiring writer, this might be the genre to try out because it'll most likely get optioned for a movie. But moving along, let's talk about the latest series to get that treatment, and that is The Fifth Wave. So this story follows Cassie, a teenage girl who sees her world completely turned upside down when the others come to take over the Earth. They plan to take over the planet by wiping out humans in a series of waves, which include things like an earthquake and disease and all kinds of crazy things. And as the others take over, Cassie's separated from her little brother Sam, and she makes it her mission to get back to him. And that's kind of what we follow along. And along the way, she meets a handsome, mysterious guy named Evan, and the drama ensues. So here's my disclaimer. I'm gonna preface this with, I have not read the book. And for those of you who are gonna knock me for not doing my research, I'm sorry, but I have a full-time job. I work over 40 hours probably a week, so I don't have time to read every book before the movie comes out. So this review is just based on the movie alone. Alright, so let's delve in. The Fifth Wave, to me, feels like if The Hunger Games, Divergent, The Maze Runner, and The Host all had a love child. Which is not necessarily a bad thing. I think what The Fifth Wave does is it takes some of the best parts of those films and it mashes them all up into something that's actually enjoyable and interesting. Now the first half of the movie is where I feel this story shines. It really pulls you in with the whole mystery and the backstory and trying to figure out what the others are and whatnot. And then once the second half hits, it then starts to feel like your generic typical YA love story mixed with some action, and it becomes a little cliche, and there's nothing that you haven't seen before. There's your typical love triangle, or in this case it seems what looks like it's going to turn into a love square, the decision to save yourself before others, and all that jazz. And I gotta admit, the dialogue is pretty cheesy, and it even caused the audience in the theater where I was to bust out laughing a few times. And also another downside is that some of the effects, like the big wave and some of the explosions, come off looking a little fake. But good news is, if there's a sequel, there's probably going to be a bigger budget, which means those things will look even more awesome. Now with that said, what saves this movie is its promising cast of young actors. Some of them you're going to know, and some of them you might not know as well, but they're spearheaded by Chloe Grace Moretz, who proves that she can be a leading lady in this movie, and she gives dimensions to Cassie, which is something that some of these leads in the movies. And then there's Zachary Arthur, who plays her little brother Sam, who is just so damn adorable. Like, you just want to root for him. And he's called Nugget, and you'll know why when you watch it, because he is a little nugget. And then as far as leading men go, you have Alex Rowe and Nick Robinson, who have that brooding yet sensitive vibe that I like. I'm more familiar with Nick Robinson's work than I am with Alex, but they are both, I think, really great in this film. But my favorite from the movie has to be Micah Monroe, who plays Ringer. She just kicks butt, she knows what she wants, and she seems, I don't know, there seems like there's a bunch of layers to her that we haven't figured out yet, and that's what I'm excited for in the sequels. I really want to get to know her character more. And because of that, this movie definitely kept me interested. I didn't get bored really at all, and it makes me excited for a sequel. I really want there to be a sequel, and in addition, it actually makes me want to go back and read the book, which is a good thing, I think. There's some where I've gone and it's like, oh, maybe one of the Nicholas Sparks ones, and I haven't read the book, but I see the movie, and the movie is so bad that it's like, why would I want to read the book? Well, this makes me want to read the book and delve into this world because it is a fascinating premise. So if I had to give this movie a grade, it'd probably be, I don't know, it's not amazing, but I'd say it borders on a C+ and a B-. I think it's a franchise that has a lot of promise, and I really hope that it does well at the box office so we can delve more into this story. So those are my thoughts on The Fifth Wave. So now I want to hear from you. For those of you that actually read the books, what is your opinion on this movie? Did it meet your expectations, or did it fail? And I want to know what is different in the book than the movie? Is it a lot of big differences, and did the cast kind of meet your imagination for what you wanted it to be? And if you only saw the movie, what did you like about it, or what did you think failed, or maybe who was even your favorite character? Leave me a comment below, right down there, or you can tweet me your thoughts at ShineOnMedia or at my own at Lisa_Heiser. And while you're already on those social things, why don't you go ahead and give us a follow on Instagram and Snapchat, that's at ShineOnMedia. My own personal ones for both Instagram and Snapchat are at SilentAsian. We can have a discussion. And before you go, the Fifth Wave's big competition at the box office this weekend is none other than Dirty Grandpa, starring Robert De Niro and Zac Efron. And you can check out my review of that movie right here. And while you're over there, don't forget to subscribe, because I like to see a lot of movies, so if you like movie reviews, this is the place for you. If you don't like movie reviews, I got a lot of other things like celebrity interviews on this channel, so please subscribe. It'll be awesome. Thanks again for hanging out with me. I'm Lisa, and I'll see you next time. For even more awesome Shine On Media videos, be sure to click those little boxes below, and don't forget to subscribe.